I hate ads. I'm so tired of them. I am tired of constant commercial breaks during live sporting events. I'm tired of product placements. I'm tired of ad reads during YouTube videos. I hate whenever I'm watching like a TV show and suddenly there's a moment in the dialogue that they're like, wow, thank you so much to this multi-billion-dollar corporate that exploits workers for helping us, like in some very unnatural way. I'm so tired of constantly seeing ads when I go outside, when I'm at home. I am so tired of them. Of course, I understand advertising for smaller businesses, for small creators or small platforms. Of course, I understand and support that. For example, in my home city, there is a movie theater that is family owned, and before they show the movie, they show ads from local businesses and local arts productions to support each other essentially. I love that solidarity, but I hate ads. So I wondered, is it possible to go through X amount of time without seeing any ads, or at least as little ads as possible? Hi, Jenni here. So I got this idea a couple of weeks ago and decided that when I go visit my mom, who lives in the countryside, I will do a challenge to see if I can live without ads during one weekend. Because there are no ads in my childhood hometown. There are some small texts like "we will paint your house, call here." But those are really small. There are no billboards or stuff like that there. So I thought that would be a great location for a challenge like this, because at least I can be outside without seeing any ads. It's not possible here in my current city. By the way, if you can hear the rain, it's raining pretty hard. It started right before I started filming. The Finnish weather is so unpredictable. So I got to my childhood hometown at around 11:20 a.m. on Saturday. Of course, getting there, I saw a lot of ads, billboards and so on. But I started counting when I got to my childhood home. We were at home for a bit with my mom and my fiance, and I didn't realize that this would be happening during the weekend that I go there. There was the French Open men's doubles final where a Finnish player, Harri Heliövaara, was playing. So of course, we are all enthusiastic about tennis. A Finnish player was doing really well. We wanted to watch that. Unfortunately, Heliövaara lost with his partner, Patton. So during the game, which lasted about an hour and a half, guess how many ad breaks there were? Every time they took a break during the game, 8 ad breaks during an hour and a half, during which they would show 2 to 5 advertisements. You do the math. And in addition to that, the venue where they played would have sponsorships and sponsor displayed at the venue, in the players' outfits, ads everywhere. So my challenge of no ads was not off to a very good start. But moving on from the game, for this challenge I knew that I could not be able to go on social media, which was fine to me. I haven't been on social media a lot anyways. But throughout the day, maybe like 2 to 3 times, I would absent-mindedly open an app and then scroll, see like the beginning of an ad, and thought, oh no, I forgot, I can't do that. The only social media app that I could really even use was Blue Sky, because they do not have ads. Which, thank God. Then I wanted to watch Hacks. I've been watching Hacks during the last couple of weeks and I really, really enjoy it. I was sleeping on it. And I have standard subscription to HBO Max, which means it's ad-free. There were no ads before or during Hacks, but I think there were a couple of product placements, because you could see the product name and brand pretty clearly. But I'm not sure about that. But then, being so obsessed with Hacks recently, I then decided to watch Hannah Einbinder's comedy special. And before that, once again, I have HBO Max standard subscription. Before that, they showed a trailer for a movie. And I was really confused. How can they show an ad skippable, but an ad before a movie when I pay for the no ad version of HBO Max? Well, I went to Google, and on HBO Max website regarding ads, they say to skip promotional trailers that play before a show or movie, choose the skip button. Meaning that they do show ads, even on the no ads subscription. I guess their way of thinking is that, well, it's a trailer for a TV show or a movie. Those are not ads, but they absolutely are. They are ways to get a viewer to watch a show or a movie. So of course they are ads. So as you can see, even though there were way less ads in my vicinity, I went outside, I read books, so I didn't see ads when I would do that. But overall, Saturday was a bit of a fail. So on Sunday, when I was alone at home without my fiancé but with my mom there, I decided that I need to work harder on avoiding ads. So I didn't watch any show on HBO Max or Netflix or whatever. I did watch a documentary on Yle Areena, and Yle is our government tax money supported broadcast media. Yle Areena is like a streaming platform that they have. So I watched a documentary there, no ads, it was wonderful. So because my bank is part of a grocery store chain, I do have to have the notifications on for my banking app to get, notifications for bills and so on. But they also send promotional notifications, and that happened on Sunday as well, which was really unfortunate. I did overhear some ads when my mom was watching the TV, but I wasn't looking at them. And then I tried to read one article that seemed interesting. I think I saw it on Blue Sky or something, but then it was full of ads, and I thought, no, I can't do this now. On Sunday, I also spent more time outside, more time reading. I actually finished reading Tarek Bakoni's Fire in Every Direction, which is an absolutely brilliant book. Highly recommend. And because I was so decided on that I would not look at ads or do stuff that would make me watch ads, I read that book for the most of the day. Overall, I think Sunday was much more successful in this challenge. I was much more active regarding ads and not seeing them. But again, the Saturday tennis game, I could do nothing about that. There was no ad-free option to watch that game, and then they would have the ads on the venue. So, what are my takeaways from this challenge? Well, avoiding ads is impossible. You can get to a place where there are very little ads, walking outside in my hometown, reading a book, spending time at your yard. You can get that, but if you want to, go on a walk to the city center, if you want to watch something on TV, it's not possible to avoid ads ever. The challenge did require me to change locations and quite literally restrict my normal daily activities so that I wouldn't see ads. I like to read magazines, and I read our local newspaper pretty much every day. But of course, magazines have ads, and then my newspaper also has ads, and their website has a lot of pop-up ads. So I had to change my habits for the weekend. But in a way, this challenge was really nice too, because I spent a lot more time outside. I went for walks. I read a lot of books. So even though I didn't completely excel in this challenge, it still was a nice change of pace to daily life that is full of advertisement. And if you do want to completely avoid ads everywhere, you would have to pay for a lot of ad-free subscriptions, and that would take a lot of money. So it's not really sustainable either. This weekend made me realize even more how much time I spent looking at ads, scrolling through ads. And I truly want to be more conscious of my time and my attention. Our attention is so valuable to major corporations and advertisers, and we really need to claim it back. We can't be just soulless machines that receive ads constantly. I would like to try this challenge once again, maybe in my home city, although that would require not going outside, literally. But maybe one day I will try again and try to be even more conscious about seeing ads. How about you? What do you think of ads? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye!